Hello everyone and welcome to the second in our series of How to Pray. I'm Paul and I'm the Children's Director at Upton Vale Baptist Church. And as you can see, I'm trying to do two things this morning. I'm trying to talk to you and juggle. Why? Because what I wanted to show you was juggling needs a rhythm. And the way to juggle well is to get into the rhythm of juggling. Well, we're learning how to pray. And what we're going to look at this morning is a character in the Bible that has rhythm to his prayer life and how important that is. So we're going to look at our first characters in the Bible today and what they teach us about prayer. But before we get stuck into that, it's over to Sam Scoop for today's news.
News of the day. It's your say. Hello everyone. This is Sam Scoop with today's news. You might have noticed I am wearing this sparkly hat. This is to show my fun and quirky personality, and not because the producers said they'd fire me unless I tried something new. Okay, so today's news. Firstly, great to see Ayla and Sasha's Flappy Fish Challenge. Here is a picture of the fish they made. I like the way that Sasha named her fish Rosie, but Ayla named her fish Ayla. Great work, you two. And then, we got challenged last time to think up acronyms for our names. We learned this because we learned a prayer acronym, P-R-A-Y. Can you remember what it stood for? P, pause. R, rejoice. A, ask. And Y, yield or simply yes. You've come up with some great ones for your names. Georgia sent in this photo of her acronym. She's got generous, enthusiastic, respectful, grateful, intelligent, and amazing. That's Georgia. Okay, we also heard from Tara, Madeline, and Arabella, and they sent in this photo. I love the fact that Madeline had L for love friends, genius, and Arabella definitely had some lockdown theme letters with B for bored and A for at school. Tara, who had it easy, she only needed 4 letters, still had R as red. We must ask Tara whether that is your favourite colour or you are indeed, at the moment, red. Well, that's it from me. Well done. I had 3 pieces of news. If I'd had 4 pieces of news, you'd have seen me strutting my stuff with my cool dance moves. You're getting close. This is Sam Scoop. Over and out. News of the day. It's your say.
Brilliant! Thanks, Sam. So, Sam sent in his acronym for his name if you're interested. He was S smiley, A animated, and M mysterious. I'm not sure if that sounds like Sam or not. If you've got better ones for Sam, why don't you let me know what those are? Great, so back to where we are. This is the second in our How to Pray series. And I said we're going to be looking at some characters in the Bible and how they show us some ways to pray. And the character we're going to be looking at today is Daniel. But before we get stuck into today's story, we need a little bit of a history lesson to where Daniel is at the time and what's going on. And the best person to give us a history lesson is obviously our school teacher, Miss Anna. She's clever and funny.
She makes our days sunny.
It's kind, Miss Anna.
The teacher!
Hello everyone. So, the person we're learning about today is Daniel. But Daniel was an Israelite who wasn't living in Israel. That's very hard to try and follow God in a foreign country. So, why was that? Well, the Israelites were not very good at obeying God. So in the end, God let his Israel be taken over by a foreign country called Babylon. So Daniel, as an Israelite, was taken to Babylon to live there under a foreign king in a foreign land. That's hard, isn't it?
Thanks, Miss Anna, that's really helpful. So, here we have it then. Daniel is in a foreign land and he's living under a foreign king in the land of Babylon. But Daniel's doing really well. You see, he's a good bloke. He's trustworthy. He follows God and he's doing things in a really good way. And so he starts going higher and higher up in this country until he becomes one of the king's most favourite advisors. He trusts Daniel because of the way that Daniel lives his life. And everyone else, all the other government officials, really don't like Daniel because of this. That he's getting to say things to the king that they just don't get to. So, we're going to learn what they do about it. What cunning plan do they devise to get Daniel into trouble? So let's read this from the book of Daniel, and Bethany's going to read it for us.
Then the other administrators and high officers began searching for some fault in the way Daniel was handling government affairs. But they couldn't find anything to criticize or condemn. He was faithful, always responsible, and completely trustworthy. So they concluded, our only chance of finding grounds for accusing Daniel will be in connection with the rules of his religion.
Thanks, Bethany. So then what happens next is these officials, these higher government people, they go to King Darius and go, hey, Darius, what would be a really great rule is if you make it against the law to pray to anyone except you. You could be the number one. So anyone that prays to any other god or human, they're going to be in trouble. What's the punishment? Well, they suggested, let them get thrown in a big den of lions. King Darius, not the brightest guy probably, went, that sounds like a really good idea. So they got him to sign the piece of paper straight away, making it law. What does Daniel do next? Well, let's find out as Bethany reads a bit more.
But when Daniel learned that the law had been signed, he went home and knelt as usual in his upstairs room with its windows open towards Jerusalem. He prayed 3 times a day, just as he had always done, giving thanks to his God.
Why? Oh, why? This story doesn't make any sense. If there's a law that says you can't pray to anyone else, or else you're going to be thrown to the lions, why does Daniel pray? Does he want to be eaten up for tea? It makes no sense. Why pray with your window wide open? The man's a complete nutter.
Yeah, you might be right a little bit, Wayne. He does seem a complete nutter, doesn't he? But, you see, Daniel knew how important prayer was. He was in a foreign land amongst foreign people, but he talked to God not just once a day, every single day, 3 times a day. Daniel had a rhythm in his life that meant that he had a good, close relationship with the God that he believed and trusted in. And what difference did that make? Well, it made a huge difference to who Daniel was. That relationship with God that was so strong showed in his relationships with others. That's why he was so good at his job. That's why he was so respected by the king. And that's why these other government officials wanted to have it in for him. And so even though things changed in Daniel's life, that rhythm of spending time talking to God each day was so important that Daniel kept it going, even if it meant that he was going to get into lots of trouble. We're going to find out tomorrow exactly what trouble Daniel got into. But first of all, I'd like to set a challenge for you today, and it's an interesting challenge. I'm going to challenge you to see if you can juggle. Challenge
Accepted!
Okay, so I'm going to teach you to juggle and see how well you get on. Now the idea is to juggle with 3 balls, but that's not the way to learn to juggle. So we're going to put 1 away straight away. The answer is to try and learn to juggle with 2 balls. Now, most people go like this, and they pass the other ball across. And they can do that. And they go, look, I can juggle with 2 balls. That is not the way to learn to juggle with 2 balls. You have to have both in the air at the same time. If you want to learn to juggle, you have to learn to do this. You throw one up, then the other one up, and you catch both. One up, other one up, catch both. And you get into a rhythm of doing that. And it's all about that rhythm. And once you learn to do that, you can juggle. No, you really can. All you do is add the 3rd one in. You start with the one you've got 2 in, and you go 1, 2, 3, catch. 1, 2, 3, catch. 1, 2, 3, and then you're off. And once you get the rhythm in, you can do all sorts of things with it. You can do this way, and you can go round, and you can go up, and you can go round, and you can throw 2 there, and you can do whatever you like. And that's how you juggle. Challenge
Accepted.
So there you have it. There's your challenge. Maybe it'll take you a little while more than normal. Maybe it's something that you can keep on trying during this time when we're inside. See how well you get on with learning to juggle. Do send me some videos of your attempts if you manage to get a few goes in a row of juggling. It'd be great to see them, and Sam Scoop would love to report on them, I'm sure. You can contact me as normal on paul@uptonvale.org.uk. So that's the end of our vlog today. Do join me. We're not going to meet on Wednesday this week, but I will be back again on Friday for How to Pray 3. We're going to carry on following the story of Daniel, and this time somebody very different is going to be praying, and we're going to see what we can learn from them. So that's it for now. Let's finish as we did last time by praying together before we go. Dear Lord Jesus, thank you for this story of Daniel. Thank you that we can see in Daniel a rhythm of praying to you. And I pray that you can help us to do that in our own lives. Help us to find times in the day when we can get to spend talking with you and building our relationship with you, Lord. Amen. I hope you find that helpful. I'm really trying to find time, as all things have changed during this coronavirus, to find new times and new ways of praying and having that in my day, maybe times that I didn't have before. And I really encourage you to do the same. Okay, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.